Kelly Files, you know Dawn well, don't you?
Absolutely. She's done a phenomenal job in her second season as the Missouri Tiger head coach. SEC Coach of the Year last season, made it to the NCAA tournament in her first season. She's done a phenomenal job. She's got a great team. I'm fired up to watch this live today, Plank.
In her second year, she surpassed the number of conference wins that Missouri had in the 2 previous seasons combined by the midpoint of her first season with Missouri last year. Only 4 conference wins in 21 and 22 for the Missouri Tigers. Here we go. It's Oklahoma and Missouri. Kiarlis, Perez, Vitala get the thing started, and here we go. Oklahoma, quick set at the net, tip, point Sooners. Good start for Hannah Fiffner, and Oklahoma takes an early lead.
And it was a really good start because they've struggled at times, the Sooners, with the serve and pass game. So you see that first pass right away that Alexis Shelton took care of business, able to run the middle.
Kimaha to serve for OU. They'll go back row with a big left hand. It's long, and that's the first mistake that we've seen is Jordan Iliff, the senior.
And look for OU to target Michael Vernon when she's pulled back in serve receive. She carries a lot. We talked about it, 37 kills on Friday. Look for them to keep making her pass.
Good set off a tough pass. Sooners have a chance here. Chase down. Just trickles over. Good solid dig by Crownover. Too long again, maybe a little bit too hyped up here for Michael Vernon.
Yeah, just maybe a little, timing's a little off between her and Crownover. Look for that to settle down.
Early 3-zip lead for Oklahoma. They are attacking Vernon on the serve receive, aren't they? On the slide, the Sooners have a chance to do something here at the net. Sheldon didn't get much on it. Quick set in the middle. Great hustle, but not enough. Missouri's on the board. They'll get the serve.
And we didn't talk about it in the open, but a huge component to Missouri is Maya Sands, the libero. She's up to serve right now, Plank, but she made that play happen. She put that dig, put it right on the money for Crownover to set the middle and get the job done.
SEC Libero of the Year last year. That's how good she is. Big swing, big time dig by Iliff. Outside, there's that block for the Sooners to keep it alive. Oh, big swing for the outside.
I mean, Plank, Peyton Chamberlain, if we see that on the replay, watch Peyton Chamberlain in her set. Watch her fling that ball all the way back to the pen to Carrie Geisberger. For her to hit that line, watch that set. It's phenomenal, and that's what makes her one of the best setters in the country.
4-1 early, Oklahoma. We get an opportunity to get a look at Sydney Thompson on that serve. Is that wide? Did it get a piece of a Sooner? It did not. Sydney Thompson's dad, Rod Thompson, was a standout basketball player at the University of Tulsa. Her mom, Goldie, was an outstanding multi-sport athlete.
Sydney Thompson, let me tell you, Plank, on Wednesday, she took the Sooners in the first set on an 11-0 run from the service line, which was massive.
There's that combo block. Alexis Shelton inside with Lydia Martin, and the Sooners are off to a fast start, which was the key for Missouri against Arkansas and Fayetteville. Outside of the first set, they got off to a hot start in every single set. Not here today. Outside Carter, little to miss time. The opportunity, Chamberlain. A little confusion at the net. See if Missouri can take advantage. There's the block again. Wow, what a start for Alexis Shelton.
Absolutely. But then Sydney Thompson, we already talked about it. She went on an 11-point run in the first set. She went on a 4-point run in the third set. She's phenomenal from the service line.
Outstanding start for the Sooners. They lead Missouri in the first set 7-1 on the SEC Network. Sooners off to a hot start. They lead Missouri 7-1, and hot starts have been a recipe for success for the Sooners.
It was against Alabama, like I mentioned with Sydney Thompson. She did it on Wednesday, and the serve and pass game is a huge deal always, but it was a big talk after their road win against Georgia and then their loss against South Carolina. They just didn't take care of the ball from the service line that well, and so they needed to make a huge adjustment, and they did against Alabama, and so already a good start in this match today.
Well, there's Vernon getting going. Big swing, big power from the outside. Her first kill makes it 7-2 as Missouri will try to regain momentum here. Good pass by Thompson. Beautiful block in the middle. Who else but Michael Vernon?
Yeah, Michael Vernon and Reagan Haith putting up that double block on the quick attack, recognizing that Lydia Martin, she likes to run that play right from the middle of the court. So good heads-up blocking by them.
Big, powerful swing in the middle by Lydia Martin. Sooners take an 8-3 lead.
And I just love that play because it's the same play, right? Missouri stopped it. They went again, tried it out. Just a different look. Lydia Martin put a little bit more power behind the ball and was successful.
Alexis Shelton has a powerful serve. Missouri does a good job. Beautiful, beautiful cross attack by Iliff. Preseason All-SEC performer, 388 kills last year. Her second kill.
She is a weapon for sure. On the front row and on the back row. They use her in the back row to hit. It's really hard to defend. A lefty from the right side of the court. Just in general, just gives a different look.
Shelton trying to get in that second, third row to make the play. She can't, and you blink, and suddenly Missouri is right back in this thing as Vernon a couple of nice serves.
And in conference matches, Missouri is in second place in aces per set, 1.93 per set. That's part of their game of serving really aggressive.
Big time block, but it was wide. Powerful swing from Oklahoma's Camille Gibson. She's been coming on as of late.
Every match, Erin Mansfield told us, she is gaining more confidence every match at a time. She is growing. And you can see right there, that was a smart play because it was a tight set. She didn't really have a lot to work with except to try to tool the block, and she did.
A little miscommunication on the set there by Crownover. Chamberlain will go across, bad pass, but somehow the Sooners make a little chicken salad, point OU.
Yeah, absolutely, and it didn't really look very pretty on OU side either. Kind of the timing was off. Gibson had to kind of take some off the timing. You can see the set. So she had to just kind of take it over and got the point.
Better serve received there for Missouri, and in rhythm, Reagan Haith with the kill.
Yeah, I mean, when Missouri passes well, and Maya Sands, she does a phenomenal job of passing, it's going to be really hard to stop and to block because Crownover, the setter for Missouri, has all options. She'll have 3 or 4 options at all times.
Little off time, beautiful diving dig. Got off the hand of a Sooner blocker, might have been Fiffner, point OU, on a big swing. Jordan Iliff has been the leader here early on for Missouri.
Yeah, and head coach Don Sullivan just loves what she can do on the right side of the court and the out-of-system balls. She can take them and she can make something out of it.
That was beautiful from the back line from Shelton. In rhythm, pure power, 11-7 Sooners.
Yeah, that's an in-system ball. They call it the D, running from the right side of the court. Alexis Shelton, that's a back row attack. It may not look like it because it's so fast, but she's in the back row right now. And comparatively speaking, Iliff for Missouri does the same play.
Chamberlain, beautiful serve. They are absolutely targeting Vernon on every opportunity serve-wise. Where's Chamberlain going? A little tough set. Beautiful diving attempt to the dig.
Yeah, and this is what the Sooners need to do. Serve aggressive, but keep it in. Allow your defense. Allow the errors to happen. Right now, they've got Missouri on the ropes. They want to keep trying to score as many points as possible.
Chamberlain looking to get on a bit of a run here. Crownover goes across. Nice dig. Crownover again. Oh, big swing from that left hand of Iliff. She's got 3 kills on her 6th attack. Missouri cuts it to 4, 12-8.
And these teams are both these teams are very similar offensively, I would say, because at any point someone can step up and be the lead killer, right? The kill leader.
Big time swing, cross court. Did it stay in? It did. Might have caught the hand of a Missouri Tiger. First kill of the match for Geisberger, point Sooners.
And that's what Michael Vernon right now, maybe not be getting the points, but now Jordan Iliff stepping up. And then we've seen that with the Sooners throughout the season. One person, maybe not Alexis Shelton, now Gibson stepping up, or Geisberger putting up huge numbers.
The Canadian product, Jasmine Ellison. Again, they are going after Vernon every time. Better opportunity here. What a hustle and what a swing. Just finding an open area of the court by Alexis Shelton.
And I really like that dig by Peyton Chamberlain on that D ball that Missouri ran with Iliff in the back row. Peyton Chamberlain got right underneath it, put it perfectly up. They could run it maybe a little out of system ball, no problem. Alexis Shelton being able to put the ball away.
14-8 Oklahoma. Every time Missouri starts to chip away, the Sooners have had an answer. Crownover going to go back row. Look at the absolute lift from Vernon. I mean, floating in the air. Michael Vernon, her second kill of the set of the match, 14-9. The Sooners lead cut to 5.
And I really think right now with Crownover and her hitters, I think the timing's off a little bit. They're not into rhythm offensively, but that's what makes Michael Vernon so hard to defend, is that she can hang in the air. She's such a dynamic athlete that she can take whatever set and do something with it.
Geisberger blocked at the net. Vernon's feeling it.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Are they going to say she got in the net? No.
No, I mean, that was nothing, putting that ball straight down on Geisberger.
Tough receive there. Chamberlain saves it. Shelton just gets it over. Missouri's got a chance here. Nice dig to keep it alive. Outside Shelton, big swing again. Again, you see the dig ability of both of these teams defensively. A little bit too much for Kiyama. Point Missouri. Timeout on the court.
And
well, it's been action-packed, Coach Files. That's absolutely what we expect.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael Vernon right now just really turning it on, right? Maybe offensively, things aren't working. How else can you provide? No problem. I'll get you a block. And playing defense in any sport, I think, but especially in volleyball, it creates such a momentum shift. And OU just gave Missouri in that play a free ball. You've got to do something with it. You've got to score that point. And sure enough, they did.
Geisberger is leading the way for the Sooners so far with 3 kills, but Michael Vernon might not have big kill numbers, but look at the lift.
I mean, there was no way. You can see she threw her arms up over really quick. There was no way that ball was crossing the net. Such a dynamic move.
That Oklahoma has had, but maybe in the SEC in the country, and she couldn't do anything with that velocity on the outside from Michael Vernon. By the way, Vernon in her first season at Missouri spent 4 years at Oregon State. Over 1,000 kills in her 4 years. And that match Friday night against Arkansas, she hit .385, 37 kills, career record, program record. And Vernon has had 14 or more kills in each of the last 4 matches for the Missouri Tigers. Back to serve again. Kiara-Elise Perez-Catala.
I was watching the match with stats, and in the third set, Michael Vernon was already in her 25 kills in the third set, and I'm like, surely this is an error, and I'll get the final, printout after the match is over. Nope, sure enough, it was for real.
Shelton. Nice attempt on the dig by Iliff. It was too much. Shelton's off to a nice start. She's got her 3rd kill, tied for the team in match high. Geisberger and Shelton each with 3. Iliff and Vernon with 3, despite a bit of a rough hitting percentage. Kima, good serve. Whoa, there's that block, but it's wide. Point Missouri.
And that all started with Perez-Catala with the pass, and then you see Finney. That set was a little low, so I really think Crownover is not getting into rhythm yet, but credit to Colleen Finney, the middle blocker graduate player for Missouri, and recognizing that and did a quick swing, made an adjustment, and got the kill.
Oh, the lift from Lydia. Power personified.
I mean, that is just phenomenal. Let's look at it again. Just look at her power and her approach, and she gets those arms up and gets that right arm back, and she just cranks it. Beautiful swing.
There's Cindy Thompson again. Crownover is going to go outside. Vernon has it tipped. What a play by Thompson. Will Shelton have a chance? She'll touch it over. Oh, the Sooners have an opportunity here. Chamberlain back to Lydia. She beat the double block for a moment. Scramble volleyball. Cross court, Shelton with the kill. Oh, who else? That was hustle and defense.
And that's what matters, right? We talked about defense changing momentum and keeping the points. Great touch, and then look at that hustle play. Sydney Thompson, she got her the go last week when she was on the road going.
What are they going to say here? Now Vernon in the net.
Yeah, and I still think Marina Crownover, the setter for Missouri, that ball was just tight. And that's a hard ball for any hitter. But for Michael Vernon to take care of, she tried, just a little too tight and got in the net.
Timeout Missouri. Dawn Sullivan wants to talk it over. The 2023 SEC Coach of the Year. Missouri advanced to the second round of the NCAA tournament last year. And they're playing well this season, currently sitting in second in the SEC. Game behind Texas, 14-5 overall. We mentioned Missouri in a really good position as far as the postseason is concerned in the NCAA tournament, but Oklahoma, Aaron Mansfield laid it out, told us he laid out the path for this team to make the big dance, and it seems like it's a challenge through at least one match and one set that this Oklahoma team has embraced.
Yeah, absolutely. I've really liked their approach this week. You could see it against Alabama. It was like go time, and it is go time, Plank.
Better serve receive here from Missouri. Ooh, what a set at the net by Crownover. Don't let her get hot. Reagan Haith with her second kill of the match.
And that was a perfect tempo ball for Reagan Haith. I mean, that's what she needed, and that was a good start for Crownover, making a slight adjustment coming off the bench from the timeout.
Where's Chamberlain going to go with it? Oh, a little off time to Shelton. That's a rarity.
Yeah, timing just a little off. She was trying to go off hands and just couldn't get it.
Crownover. Good receive there by Ellison. That's more like it for the big swing from Alexis Shelton. Point Sooners. And Oklahoma gets the serve back in the 19-14 lead.
Yeah, you called it, Plank. Ellison started that play with the pass, putting it perfectly as a freshman, coming in on the back row, taking care of business. That's what she needs to do for her team.
Oh, Shelton, the service error. She kind of points to herself and says, my bad. First service error for either team. 19-15, Vernon. Look at Thompson with the pass. They'll go back row. What a dig by Vernon. Iliff. Did that hit a hand? No. Iliff was calling for it.
It was definitely questionable, but, head coach Dawn Sullivan, she's right there. She's got those challenges available.
Sooners will check in Ireland McNeese to hit here, to serve here, pardon me. Who knows, maybe she'll hit too.
Yeah.
Crownover, a little more rhythm now as she sets up Iliff. That was a thing of beauty.
It was. I mean, that cross-court shot, that's super hard to defend, and she just nailed it.
Iliff unofficially now with her 4th kill. She's 4 for 8 in hitting percentage. And Missouri, Kaylin Rush. That looks long, no. Thompson plays it way off. Point Missouri. There's been a couple of those mistimed passes.
Yeah, we're seeing it on both sides of the net. Little less often on the Oklahoma side, but that was exactly what happened, just the timing.
Sydney Thompson's been great in the serve receive. Shelton punches it over. Quick set at the net. Again, there's that mistimed set.
Yep.
It's happened a couple times here today for both teams.
Absolutely. But, you just keep working through it. Let's look at it again. She's right there. Just the timing. It just went over past Finney's head. It happens, but, Crownover, she came from Texas. She's had 2 national championships. One, she redshirted. Last year, she didn't play, but she was part of the team. She's part of the practice. She's in that gym. She's got the championship rings.
Oh, what a block in the net. The combination of Gibson and Fiffner. 22-17 Sooners.
And I really think that set was low. I honestly think for Jordan Iliff to do her job and to go high off hands, it's just too low. So she was trying to recycle it, I think, trying to put it in the block. When I say recycling, you put in the block, try to get another dig out of it so you can reset.
Little off time there, Sooners. Good dig by Vernon. Off a hand, off a... Oh, Point, Missouri. Gonna say off a hand, off a palm, off a fist.
In the net.
And into the net.
Yep. I think a blocker into the net, either Geisberger or Pfiffner. In that block.
22-18. Chamberlain's gonna set Geisberger. Oklahoma gets another opportunity here. The slide, still alive. Good dig. Gibson, a nice job there. They'll go back to her across court. What a hustle by Vernon. Missouri will play it over. Where's Chamberlain going to go? Cross court, Geisberger, point OU. Right into the solo attempted block by Dimmeray.
There's been 3 opportunities I've been keeping track of, Plank. When Missouri has to just send the ball over, we call it a free ball, right? When you're receiving that, we'll call it free because you want to take care of business, right? It's easy peasy ball, and you want to take care of it. And Oklahoma's done that for like 3 times. They've won points off of those balls, and you got to do that.
I'm not calling it a free ball anymore. It's an easy peasy ball going forward. How's that? I'm going with that.
You can tell I coach middle school.
Ellison with the serve for Oklahoma. Dudley's going to set it up on the outside. Combo block and a big-time one. Fired up off that is Geisberger. 24-18, set point.
And part of blocking is attitude. You got to want it. You got to want to do it. And Geisberger the other night was like, it's my favorite thing to do. And you could see it all over her face. She was going for a stuff block. Sure enough, she got it.
Missouri's made a change with their setter. We'll talk about that after this as the Sooners try to take the first set. Bat set there, hammered home. The Sooners take the first set. Oh, they're going to say nope. Yeah, okay, for a moment they made it appear as if, and the Sooners waited as well. And they are going to say she was in the net. Okay. For a moment, it looked like said they were going to give her the kill. They've even put it up on the board here. They have not. They're going to say Shelton was in the net. Point, Missouri. They've reset the scoreboard here and everything. No, it's the first set for the Sooners. They reset the scoreboard at 25-18. It'll be a 25-19 win in this first set for Oklahoma.
And Missouri just could never get into a rhythm. We talked about it, the setter and her hitters just never getting into that rhythm. So look for them to make that adjustment in this second set. But credit to Oklahoma taking care of those free balls and taking care of the business.
Sooners will look to grab a 2-zip. So after an opportunity to reset, she's back in the Missouri lineup. And they are attacking Michael Vernon with every single serve they can. Another little free ball. There's Kemaha again. Chamberlain at the net. Whoa, what a swing! Where did that come from, Hannah Pfiffner? Point OU.
And the defensive transition from Oklahoma so far in this match has been phenomenal. Look at Hannah Pfiffner on the transition. She gets back quick, and she's up and ready for Peyton Chamberlain to give her that ball.
Jasmine Ellison. Patient. Oh, big swing at the net. Hey, she's been solid. While Vernon hasn't put up the massive numbers she did on Friday, Iliff has stepped up. She had 4 in the first set, and now that's the 5th overall, or the 2nd overall for Haith.
Yeah.
Live stats being down is throwing your boy off, I'm not going to lie. Chamberlain at the net. Good block by Missouri to stay in. Oh, it did. Ooh. Right on the line. No, they're going to say it's wide.
And the team, Missouri team, the bench was like, no, that ball's in for sure. It looked in, Plank, I thought. But you have to have that perfect look down the line, which the line judge, he's right on the line. That's his job to cover that line, to make that call. So looks like we're going to get another look at it, hopefully.
I thought at first he had called it in and then changed. We'll get a look at the replay here.
And honestly, it was a tough ball, I think, for Geisberger to hit. It was a little tight, and she had to tip that ball. And credit to Missouri for blocking that ball. And it looked close. So I think we're hopefully get a good look at it here in a second.
Oklahoma needing to continue to build its resume. Here you go, Coach Files.
And there's going to be a tough view from this spot.
And
Yeah, I think it gets the line.
Angle, look over the corner, look over the shoulder of our instant replay. Now they've got the call. Here we go. Looks like the call is going to be overturned, and they're going to say that indeed it was in. As a professional lip reader, this is what I do. I mean, and you got to, sometimes for those of you new to the sport, it just has to hit the line. There you go.
Here we go. Yeah.
They got it right.
You got it right. And that's the beauty of these challenges. For those calls, to get it right, we got humans.
Right.
There's going to be room for error, of course. And those balls are coming typically very fast. So a look of the eye, there's going to be some error. So the challenge is an opportunity to get the call right.
Chamberlain's going to set up Shelton. Nice dig by Rush. Back row attack by Vernon. Too strong. Kemahal was there, but that is power. That is velocity. That is Michael Vernon.
But what about Kaylin Rush with that dig? You called it, Plank. That was perfect. That was beautiful. She came off the bench. She's serving, and then she goes in. She's playing defense as a DS, coming in for that moment. That was huge.
Chamberlain, quick set at the net. Good dig by Vernon. Crown over outside. Shelton keeps it alive. Free ball here for Missouri. Nice pass by Rush. They'll go outside. Island, wow.
And so those are the balls that Oklahoma was taking care of business in that first set. So free ball going over to Missouri. You got to take care of business. You got to score on those balls. Sure enough, to Iliff.
She's been outstanding here today for Missouri.
Yeah, and only 8 kills against Arkansas. You know, a lot of balls went Vernon's way, but now we're seeing Iliff step up when she needs to score points.
Geisberger hammers one right into the chest of Crownover, and the Sooners cut it in half. And one of their more effective servers now in Kemahal, Callie Kemahal, will serve. Crownover is going to go to who else but Iliff. Oh, a little miscommunication for a moment. You saw the look of frustration from Ellison.
Yeah, and Jordan Iliff, right? 6 kills. We were talking about Vernon in the open, but look who's stepping up. It's Jordan Iliff.
And on cue, she'll serve in the first service error of the set, second of the match for Missouri. The two teams have only combined for 3 total service errors.
And I would say that's a rare error. Now, she's high error, but she's high ace. I mean, like I mentioned, she is first. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet. Blake, she's first in aces per set in conference games in the SEC.
Free ball here for Missouri off a nice dig attempt from the back row. Did Chamberlain get a perfect pass there or what? How, Peyton Chamberlain?
Yeah, I mean, in Oklahoma, just taking care of business. Playing defense, getting in the transition, and then being able to convert on a kill. I mean, good stop by Thompson, throwing her hand out there to get that dig.
Now there's a name we haven't called much that is very dangerous in Demaray. Point, Missouri they've been on point, if you will, is Jana Demaray, who had 10 kills against Arkansas. She's had a 30-kill match in her career last year against Ole Miss. She'll rotate out as Perez Catala will serve here. Chamberlain will go back on the big swing and a big kill from Alexis Shelton.
I mean, I love that play. So a little bit out of systems, but Peyton Chamberlain just hangs it up there for Alexis Shelton to just be dynamic, be that athlete, be that huge hitter. And she just gets off the ground and puts that ball deep and just rips it.
Oh, an ace serve, first ace of the match for Oklahoma, and it's Alexis Shelton.
And she just aced Maya Sands. I mean, you're serving to the libero, one of the best liberos in the country, in the SEC.
That better received there by Sands. Outside Vernon. Look at Sydney Thompson. What a match she's having. A little off balance. Kempson got it over. Vernon again off a hand. Thompson can't get there. Point Missouri, and Michael Vernon starting to heat up a bit. That's her 6th kill, tied for the team lead. Alexis Shelton, 7 so far to lead the match.
And really just a better start for Missouri in the second set.
Chamberlain is going to feed Gibson. Beautiful dig. Why not, Sands? Vernon blocked at the net. Peyton Chamberlain teaming up with Lydia Martin.
Part of the components of blocking, Plank, is timing. You have to have good timing. So that ball was a little bit higher, but watch how they're patient. They wait, and then they just hang and they press their hands over to get the timing right. If the timing's wrong, you know, Vernon comes out with a kill.
We'll try to feed Vernon again. There were 3 Sooner hands there, including Chamberlain again. Vernon again. Gibson, wide.
And the triple blocks, it works for Oklahoma. They've been working on it a lot, where the triple block is when you bring your outside hitter, who typically blocks in left front, you bring them all the way over to go up against the outside hitter for the opponent. You have 9 hands up, right? Give more opportunity to take more net space. It leaves a lot of opening, but you can see on that second attempt by Vernon, Gibson pulled off. So then she was up against a double block, but that plays tricks with your mind as a blocker.
What a pancake dig. Ball still alive. Beautiful dig out of nowhere by Sands. Oh, it's hammered home by Fiffner. Aaron Mansfield is not happy. He thought the ball had hit the floor.
Yeah, and he was ready. He doesn't need to use his challenge card, but he was ready for it.
He hadn't even grabbed it, but he was ready to use it in case Missouri got that point. We are knotted up at 8, and Peyton Chamberlain will serve here for the Sooners. There's a good look at the second-year coach. Even better look at Chamberlain. Thompson a little bit too, Shelton a little bit too strong. Pounds the court in frustration as Missouri retakes the lead and gets the serve back.
Yeah, it's frustrating because that's a good opportunity, right? Opportunity to then take the ball and get it back over on Missouri. But she'll make those adjustments.
Shelton to Chamberlain. Chamberlain on the cross. Fiffner, nice dig to keep it alive. Another nice dig by Shelton outside Gibson. Tapped, touched. Battle at the net. Still alive somehow. All right, the Sooners have a free ball here. Kimahall is going to try to set up. Gibson hasn't had a good swing at it until now.
That was such a fun play, Plank. I don't know if the viewers saw this, but Fiffner came around for the slide. She stayed and blocked on right side. Geisberger went in the middle, and she became the middle blocker. So just a little opportunity for players to play different positions, provide. And she actually, Geisberger slowed down the ball from the middle attacker from Reagan Haith. She slowed it down, putting up a big block in the middle.
Jasmine Ellison. She's been really good on serve today for the Sooners. Nice hustle by Crownover. Oh, and unable to keep it alive was Geisberger as the block attempt.
Yeah, and just credit to Jordan Iliff. I mean, she just powered that ball. That was just pure strength, power, going right through the block. And Alexis Shelton and Hannah Fiffner.
Too much for the Sooner combo at the net. Missouri up 10-9. Rush. Chamberlain, Fiffner. Did it touch a hand? No. Point Missouri.
I almost thought it looked like she got a touch. She got a hand on it, but.
Aaron Mansfield is right at the corner of the scorer's table. Had a good angle at it. Sooners down 2. Chamberlain's going to set up Shelton. A little touch. Another pancake dig by Crownover. Are you kidding me? And Fiffner. My goodness. She hammered that home.
Can we talk about Hannah Fiffner for a minute? She hasn't played all season. And with an injury to KJ Burgess, she got an opportunity on the road last week, and she has been phenomenal. We saw her all last year. She was a mainstay starter for the Sooners. She has been so great. It doesn't even look like she's lost any time when she got out there.
They're going to say she was in the net. Tough break for OU. As Rush got to serve, now Shelton hits it into the net. Boy, they were not very
that's look,
demonstrative on that call.
Yeah, I missed that. But look at the change. Look at the change now. 13-9 with that one call going in Missouri's way.
Shelton can't get things going for the Sooners, just out of the reach of Vernon. And OU gets that serve back. Yeah, Fiftner was getting ready to check out, and as she came, she was waiting and waiting, and they were rolling the ball back to Rush to serve for Missouri. They called her in the net on that. Here we go. Keemahall will serve for the Sooners, down 3. 13-10 Missouri in the second set. OU took the first set. Oh, man, Iliff has been something else for the Tigers. That left-handed, powerful cross-court swing gets Missouri the serve back in a 4-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, just phenomenal. Her 8th kill already in 2 sets. Look for her serve right here.
Oh, opportunity for Missouri on the free ball. Oh, what a block. Iceberger and Martin team up. What caught your eye?
That's tough, because that's a beautiful serve. That's a tough serve by Jordan Iliff. Creating the overpass. Wasn't an ace, but it created the overpass. And there was some miscommunication. Desmarais didn't go up and just take care of business on an overpass and just thump it down. And then she ended up getting blocked.
Quick set at the net for Rush. What are they going to say? Oh, they're going to say the Sooners were in the net.
And again, with Colleen Finney, I think Crownover is just setting her too low. But she did the right thing. She saved it and got the call on the block.
We got a timeout. Oklahoma and Missouri locked in a good one on a Sunday at McCaslin Fieldhouse in Norman. Missouri leads the second set, 15-11. First SEC matchup between Oklahoma and Missouri, but they have a long history from their days in the Big 8 to the Big 12. This is the first time is going to set up Gibson. Point OU. One note. OU's won 3 of the last 4 matches against Missouri, but that again dates back to 2011. These teams played twice a year, every year from 1977 to 2011, and actually met 3 times in 81, 83, and 87. And they haven't played for 13 years until today, and that caught the line. An ace. Let's wait and see if Missouri challenges. They will not. For a moment, Dawn Sullivan was looking down at her board and thought about it.
I thought it was out, but
15-13. Beautiful at the net by Finney.
And okay, we had that same play before where Finney had to try to save it. The set was a little low. I mentioned it. That was an adjustment by Crownover right there. She gave her a little bit more height so Finney could be able to hit the ball.
Chamberlain to Lydia Martin. Big swing, big point. 16-14. There is a familiar face for Missouri. Talk about a member of their coaching staff that spent some time here. But first, let's see what Lydia Martin can do with her serve. Crownover, there's that higher set you talked about, and it was absolutely perfect. Point for Missouri. There you go. Colin Irons spent some time, spent a season here at the University of Oklahoma. Did a nice job before moving on to coach men's volleyball as well before shifting to the women's game. Spent a season here and now off to the Missouri Tigers where he's doing a nice job, and he's got the Tigers rolling here in this second set. As big of a lead as they've had in any of well, I say the first 2 sets. We've only played 2, but a 4-point lead is their biggest lead of the match so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jordan Iliff getting her 9th kill. That was just a smart play going high off hands.
Back row, Shelton. What a touch of the net by Vernon to keep that alive. Cross court, Iliff. Her first miss, but it works.
And not to mention, she kind of just was slumped down a little bit because she had a wide open net. There was no block, plank, and it hit the tape, but that's okay. She got the point. And Missouri needed to convert on those balls. Those are the points where it's an easy conversion, or you get a massive dig. And they did off Alexis Shelton in the back row. You want to convert.
You know, we were talking a little bit about Colin Irons. It gives us a chance to brag about both of these coaches, in Dawn Sullivan and Aaron Mansfield. You know, Dawn Sullivan spent time at UNLV as the head coach, was the Mountain West Coach of the Year there, was an assistant coach at Iowa State and Illinois State, played collegiately at Kansas State. You have a history of competing with her, don't you?
Absolutely. Goes back a long time. she's a phenomenal person. I can't say enough good things about her. And I'm so happy for her being in the SEC, being at Missouri. And like you mentioned, she played at K-State. And what she's done in this with her program in 2 seasons is phenomenal.
Meanwhile, Aaron Mansfield has really challenged his team to take the approach of, hey, we got nothing to lose. Let's go out and take care of business. Rebuilt this roster along with his assistant, Brian Thornton.
Yeah, and one of the main differences is the versatility that they have with hitters. So in last year, you know, Alexis Shelton, she had a lot of weight on her shoulders. You know, she needed to perform well for the team to perform well. Now's not the case. She can go play free, not have to worry about the other things, because there's more hitters. Gibson, you've got Geisberger, has been a huge addition to the program, and it makes a huge difference. Lydia Martin.
Yeah, Lydia's been great for Oklahoma. Well, there's a rare service mistake from Missouri and Marina Crownover. Much needed opportunity here for Oklahoma out of the timeout.
Yeah, and it's really important for the Tigers to side out right here. After that error, you don't want to give Missouri or let Oklahoma go on a run.
Peyton Chamberlain. That just skipped over the net. Iliff, why not? She has been incredible for Missouri here today. Jordan Iliff, Point Missouri. And Michael Vernon will serve. 20-15 lead for the Tigers, and they got exactly what Coach Kelly Files said they needed.
Yeah. Take care of the ball right now.
Kimahaw to Chamberlain. Gibson, nice dig by Vernon. Missouri back the other way. Triple block, still alive now.
What a huge play by Janet DeMuray. Going up against that triple block, she just tips it, going out of bounds. Peyton Chamberlain, huge opportunity for her. She hustled after that ball to get that ball up, but it hit the outside of the antenna. Anything outside of the antenna is out if it touches the net or anything.
Tough pass on the dig by Kimahaw. And Missouri has really clung to the momentum as they have taken and seized complete control.
And I really like that net play by DeMuray. I mentioned it earlier on that overpass. She kind of missed the opportunity, and she took care of business in that situation.
Shelton, a little bit too far. Fiffner finds a way to keep the Sooners alive. Point OU.
And I love that Peyton Chamberlain. She's really good at just getting all of her hitters going. You know, you can't sleep, because Peyton Chamberlain, she's going to find you. You got to run your routes. You got to go for it. She's going to find you.
Fiffner has 4 kills. See if the Sooners can't get on a run here for Aaron Mansfield. Jasmine Ellison. Iliff, why not? She's been incredible. Ellis with a beautiful dig. Chamberlain's going to set up. Fiffner again. Back-to-back kills for Fiffner. The Sooners trying to start a run of their own. They've cut it to 5.
I mean, Hannah Fiffner, she just plays so big.
(22-17). I love the patience that Ellison has with her serve. She has a routine she goes through. Oh, my goodness. Iliff, wow. What a match she's having, 12th kill.
And that was just a phenomenal set by Crownover. You know, we talked about her having to work through the connections. She was all the way to the left side of the court plank, and she just goes against the grain, and she shoots it back over to Iliff, who's hot, right? You got to keep feeding the hot hand, and she's doing it for sure.
What a dig by Vernon of the big swing outside. Geisberger somehow stays out of the net.
Wow, that was a tough ball. Peyton Chamberlain, she's on the back row, so she has to save that ball. Otherwise it's an illegal attack if it goes over the net. The ball wasn't great, the set wasn't great. She saved it, but Geisberger, huge heads-up play to save it.
Iliff just finds a spot.
And Crownover, the setter for Missouri, she made that play happen. That ball was going over the net, almost on an overpass. She saved it. She had to kind of torque her body a little bit to save that ball and shoot it back.
24-18, set point for Missouri. Got it.
That was in.
Wow. What a big-time bounce back, and Crownover lets him know about it. And Crownover is saying, challenge it. I mean, she is letting everybody know about it. She had a rough first set.
Aaron Mansfield was shaking his head like, yes, I think he thought it was in too. I mean, I'm calling it in.
It was in. I thought it was absolutely in.
Okay.
But we've had a couple of times where
Original decision was ball out, Point, Oklahoma. Missouri is challenging that the ball was in.
There's our down referee. Okay.
And that's the opportunity I was talking about with DeMarais, where she missed it when Iliff served last time around, right? She has that strong serve. The overpass, she created that overpass, and Crownover, she took care of business. And I really thought it was good.
And again, she did it with a little attitude. She made sure the Sooners knew about it and her teammates knew about it. You mentioned she's won 2 national championships, redshirted at Texas, was in the rotation somewhat last year.
Oh yeah, I mean
that's pretty clear. Huh?
Yeah, it shouldn't take too much time here.
The court. In fact, the last match I did with you, we had a Tennessee player that took one out. So you had the replay people that were trying to make sure they had the replay monitor, or pardon me, the replay camera fixed. There you go. Imagine a pylon cam in football. Instead of being orange, it's black.
After review, the original call is reversed. The ball is in, Point, Missouri. They will retain their challenge.
There you go. So Missouri will win the second set as soon as this is officially announced.
The Missouri bench is cracking me up. They're like, come on, make the call, make the call.
There it is. A tough first set, a dominating run to take control of the second set by the Missouri Tigers, the number 2 team in the SEC, showing why they're in set number 2. And we've got ourselves a good one brewing here in Norman. The third set for Geisberger. Missouri still alive. Iliff, they're going to say that either caught the hand of Chamberlain, they pointed the back line in as well. Point Missouri.
And Jordan Iliff, 14 kills so far, Plank. Just the start of this third set, getting her 14th kill, hitting close to 400.
She has been so good. Tough receive. Chamberlain unable to chase it down. A rare errant pass from Ellison. 2-zip. Missouri off to a good start here thanks to the service Michael Vernon. Sooners get a break. Vernon was an honorable mention all Pac-12, as we said last year. 5'11", but plays much bigger. 14 or more kills in each of her last 4 matches. She's well on her way to making that 5. Chamberlain, Kemahaw, Shelton. What a dig. Who else but Sands? And the Sooner block.
Yeah, we talked about the Sooner block, and you notice on that play, a triple block that I was talking about earlier that they do occasionally, and you can see Alexis Shelton's kind of shifts over more into the middle of the court, and then when the setter releases the ball, she goes and puts up the triple block.
Kemahaw's serve almost looked like it went through the net. It skimmed right over the top, and the Sooners, thanks to the attack error, have knotted this thing up at 2.
Yeah, and Jana DeMarais really kind of stepping up in that second set.
They're going to say Point Missouri, pardon me. It looked like, let's watch this again. Oh, that got over. Wow.
She snuck it in.
Oh, my.
I think Martin was a little off the net.
Lydia, a little mistime there. Iliff, who else? Wow. I mean, she has been unstoppable.
And that's what makes Jordan Iliff so difficult to defend, because Kaylin Rush, the DS for Missouri, had to rush in there, and the ball was low. The set was low, but Jordan Iliff can make the adjustment.
Chamberlain's going to set up Shelton. That's what the Sooners needed.
Yeah, you give Alexis Shelton one blocker, and she's got so much court to work with, and she just went for it.
4-3 Missouri. Thompson will serve here. That tipped off the net, also off the chin. It looked like a Vernon. Wide point Sooners. Well, as Vernon received that, smacked off her face. He's laughing about it right now with Maya Sands. We're knotted up at 4. Thompson tried to go to Vernon. Iliff, why not, man? Just keep feeding 4. She has been unreal.
And she just did a little bit of a changeup. She took some tempo off the ball. The blockers were expecting her to rip it. And so then it just makes it a lot harder to block. And she's successful getting that kill.
Wow.
There you go.
High risk, high reward. The best, one of the best servers in the SEC in Iowa.
I mean, in conference matches, she is in first place in aces per set at 0.85. Almost an ace every set.
And then there's the high risk. 6'5" Sooners. Alexis Shelton will serve. Camille Gibson back in as Jasmine Ellison will check out. Oh, Sooners have been much better with their serves today. Just the second service error. Missouri has been credited with 5.
Yeah.
7-5 Tigers here in the third set. We're knotted up at a set apiece. Good communication there by Kemahaw. Big swing by Gibson. Sooners desperately needed that. Camille Gibson, point Sooners.
Yeah, and it all started from the pass by Callie Kemahaw. Putting that ball right on the money to Peyton Chamberlain. Chamberlain then has all options available to her, and then it makes it really difficult to defend.
Martin takes a little bit off that one. Wow, what elevation from Vernon. The Sooners, though, with the big dig for Totson in a tough set. That was just a big swing that was headed towards the third deck.
Yeah, and the timing just a little off between Alexis Shelton. She definitely would like to do that one over again. But look for Peyton Chamberlain to get her going right away. Yep. That's one thing that Peyton Chamberlain does a really good job on, is not letting her hitters sit too long in an error.
Chamberlain's going to go back to Gibson, gets the point. There. Talk about the different weapons they have.
Camille Gibson, she's a freshman. She redshirted at Tennessee last year, so she didn't play. And so really this is her freshman year. And that was just a very experienced play because the set wasn't really there. And she had to take some power off, and she did in the last second.
Oh, big swing at the net. Reagan Hayes haven't called her name much since the first set.
Yeah, Crownover and Hayes, I think, have a really good connection. It's been really good for, I think, the match. They just need to give her more balls.
Whoa, a little miscommunication on the serve receive. Shelton jumped in front of Kemahaw.
And that's what they need to do, right? On that overpass, they're serving aggressive, Missouri, creating that over. She didn't get the ace, but she's creating that overpass. And that's just money for a hitter. You want, as a hitter, you are ready for that. You need to be ready for that to put that ball away.
Chamberlain on the slide. Pfiffner wide.
Yeah, Hannah Pfiffner just a little over rotation. So on the slide play, you always have to keep that ball on the right side of your body or right at your arm, and then you can swing. And she just went a little too far in her route, so the ball was more inside. Then she hit, and then it's just too wide.
Chamberlain hustles to set up. The little dump by Gibson. Vernon. Good dig by Shelton. Chamberlain chases it down. Gibson again. Tipped at the net. Crown over. Vernon. Oh, what a dig by Shelton. Gibson has a chance. Wow. A much needed side out for the Sooners.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just a big play by the Sooners. Let's check out this dig again. Alexis Shelton laying out with that right arm to keep the ball alive. And then Camille Gibson is able to put the ball up. You need to win the long rallies. In SEC, every point matters, but those long rallies, you want to win them.
Another serve that just skips over the net. Iliff, nice dig. Kemahaw chases it down. Shelton. Ooh, they let it go. Smart play at the last second by Kiarlis Perez Catala.
Yeah, that's just good court recognition by her. She was in the right positioning. She was patient, and then she knew that ball was going out because she was in the right position.
Chamberlain's going to go to Shelton, a little bit off time, dug out nicely by Vernon. Oh, Chamberlain had Kemahaw coming. I don't know if she realized it. And Missouri has taken control here of this third set, and Aaron Mansfield feels it. He's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, just miscommunication between the two of them, and Chamberlain and Kemahaw. Kemahaw was all over it, but didn't communicate. Chamberlain thought she needed to get it, and then Missouri comes up with the point.
All right, timeout on the court, and we'll take it with them. We are knotted up at 1 apiece between Missouri and Oklahoma as the Tigers have seized control of this third set.
Custom shirts help people feel like they're part of a team. My name is Timothy Chi, and I'm the CEO of Wedding Walk. We're very proud customers of Custom Ink. We keep coming back to Custom Ink because of the quality of the product, the customer service.
And she can block.
Wow, let's go. That's a huge block. Solo block. Anytime you can get a solo block, there's nothing better.
14-8, Missouri seems to have all the momentum right now. Chamberlain, quick in the net. Nice dig by Sands. Blocked at the net. Fiffner was there. Who else? Iliff beats the double block of Fiffner and Shelton.
Maya Sands.
Wow.
We didn't mention this, but she had 30 digs against Arkansas. And not to mention, she's had back-to-back 30 digs. Mississippi State, and then against Arkansas on Friday. I mean, she's phenomenal, and she made that play happen.
Now the Sooners desperately needed an opportunity to try to get something going. Maybe Alexis Shelton gives them a little momentum there. 15-9.
And that was just a nice driven ball from Peyton Chamberlain all the way to the pin. Gave Alexis Shelton the opportunity to hit down the line.
Outside, Sooners got a chance here. That's happened twice in this match. Either a mistimed set or a mistimed jump. Coach Files, which way would you go?
Yeah, mistimed set. Or Alexis Shelton thinks she's running something different, right?
Right.
So that's part of it is communication. Alexis Shelton was going for the go, like she's ready, she's up and ready, more of a quick tempo set, and Peyton Chamberlain kind of hung it up for her.
Geisberger beats the double block. Hits it right through Finney and DeMarais. Now Chamberlain will serve for the Sooners. Social, well, check that. It's going to be Sydney Thompson that'll serve here for the Sooners. Crownover is going to set up Iliff. There's a good block by Shelton and Martin. They'll go back to her, and she beats the double block that's just wide.
There you go. Jordan Iliff.
Wow.
Just coming up huge. She's been massive for the Tigers today, this afternoon. When things weren't kind of clicking in that first set, Jordan Iliff, she was on it.
Chamberlain hustles it down to set up Shelton. Again, Maya Sands, the best libero in the SEC, does a good job of keeping it alive. Mistimed everything, unfortunately, there for Oklahoma.
Yeah, and that's a tough ball because that's a bad play from the Tigers. Sending that free ball, it wasn't supposed to be a free ball. Jordan Iliff just overplayed that ball, went over the net, and then the Sooners just caught him off guard.
Chamberlain to Shelton. That's more like the rhythm you see from Peyton Chamberlain and Alexis Shelton. The Sooners have some work to do, though. Down 7.
And we see, okay, Oklahoma's taking Alexis Shelton off the back row. So going for a little bit of defense, a little bit more serve receive than what we've seen a lot this season.
18-11, Missouri. DeMarais, again, hasn't had the big numbers. They're going to set up Gibson, and that didn't work. Now a little battle at the net. Back row, Iliff. Thompson chases it down. Chamberlain gets it. Sooners will just have to send it over. Quick set at the net. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Crownover has worked out whatever issues she had in that first set, and Finney gets the kill.
Yeah, she just keeps working through it. Sometimes it's not going to be pretty. Sometimes you're off. you just got to keep working through it. And I think she's done a phenomenal job so far in this match of just making the minor adjustments, working through it, communicating with her hitters, making sure to make those adjustments to put her hitters in a good spot.
Kimoha to Chamberlain, quick at the net to Martin. That even looked a little off time. Wow. Michael Vernon. And again, maybe it's a little bit unfair because you look at the numbers in this match. Vernon has 8 kills, but when she's coming off 37, you're like, oh, what's going on there?
Yeah, exactly.
Naomi Franco will check in for the first time. 6'3" senior out of Fayetteville, Georgia.
So looks like we're head coach Don Sullivan's going for more of a blocking, a defensive move right here. No setter on the court. So we'll see what Missouri does here.
Sooners will get it side out, and here comes the serve.
Yeah, that's a tough one, right? Because you make the sub to put in a huge block for Crownover, and then you miss your serve.
Sullivan's got a big smile on her face. Now she has to walk back in frustration. Her team, though, in control here. Outside, Vernon. Good job by Chamberlain and Pfiffner at the net. Back row, Iliff. Everything has worked for her, including that for now, and it will.
And again, I keep saying it because it's just Jordan Iliff does a phenomenal job. Every set looks different, and she gets a kill out off of it. And so that's credit to her as a hitter. It's a hard thing to do.
Kimoha. Absolutely beautiful by Vernon in the moment, but she got in the net. Sooners point.
Yeah, it was a tight set. She tried to save it.
21-13, you got to do something to get some momentum going at the very least towards that fourth set to try to force a fifth. Boy, Vernon is just something else with the power that she brings and that swing. Approaching double digits.
And I really like just the simple kind of approach that Missouri has taken of just regrouping and just keep working through it.
Serve from Crownover, Peyton Chamberlain the setter to Geisberger. Everything's a little off for the Sooners since about the midway point of that second set. A rare error from Geisberger, at least in how wide that ended.
Yeah, in Oklahoma runs their offense so fast through Peyton Chamberlain. And at times, you're going to have some errors because you can't make an adjustment if the set's there. The hitter has a hard time adjusting because it's so fast.
This is some good battles at the net between both teams, and Haith and Iliff, wow.
Yeah, I mean, credit to Missouri block, Iliff and Haith, because that set was tight. When you have a tight set, you have to go after the ball, and you just have to be prepared to put the ball away.
Set point for the Tigers. Crownover, that left-handed serve. Chamberlain off the tough pass from Kimoha. Gibson battles at the net. She'll try again. Boy, it's been tough for her at the net. And it was just an ugly third set and second set for the Sooners. And Missouri showing why they're a top 30 team in the RPI and a squad that's got a chance to make some noise in the SEC. Sooners down 2-1 to the Missouri Tigers. A Sunday matinee on the SEC Network.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I thought I'd get a wax figure of myself. Cool, right? Look at the craftsmanship. I mean, they even...
Call her the team mom. Everyone can lean on her. Graduate student out of Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. Great improvement, had 119 kills in 2023. She's out there on that front line with Lydia Martin and Alexis Shelton. Sooners down 2-1. Carrington immediately has to dig that one to keep it alive. Did that stay in? No, just wide. Point Missouri. Just wide.
Yeah, I mean, just a miss. No big deal. Oklahoma right here. Just quick side out.
Michael Vernon has been the leader for Missouri kills-wise. Wow, there's an ace serve. She had Jasmine Ellison in knots trying to make that play on the line. I was going to mention this on Iliff, by the way. She has over 1,000 career kills. Last year, she had 388, and she was a preseason All-SEC performer. So while a lot of the talk has been around Vernon, she has been a consistent performer for Missouri. She might get a chance here. She will, and there's the block. There's part of the adjustment.
Yeah, that's massive. Oklahoma has to find a way to slow Jordan Iliff down, make her do a little bit more, maybe tip the ball. And you can see the adjustment right there on Alexis Shelton pressing her hands into the court to get that block.
Sooners have been cardiac kids before. Boy, not in that instance. Wow, what a big swing at the net by Haith.
And that all started with Maya Sands. She put that ball right on the money for Crownover. Crownover can get Haith going. They have a really good connection, mentioned it in the last set.
Haith is hitting 600.
Yeah. They need to find a way to get her more balls.
Carrington will just push it over. Just perfect. Absolutely perfect by Demaray.
Yeah, and I like that play, Demaray. So if Alexis Shelton in that triple block, if she would have come over to triple block, that tip is open. That area of the court is wide open. So no matter what, even though Alexis Shelton didn't come and block, it forced her to dig the ball, which will slow down her transition and be able to be a little bit slower.
Fiffner with the big swing. Caught her in rhythm, and she hammered that one home. Hannah Fiffner, unofficially her 6th kill of this match. And you mentioned getting an opportunity to play due to the injury to KJ Burgess. Sooners hope to get back soon.
And I really don't think Oklahoma has skipped a beat. KJ Burgess does a really good job of blocking. That's what she's known for. And I really don't think Oklahoma skipped a beat with Fiffner being in there.
Triple block. The Tigers beat it. And Missouri takes the lead back.
And what about Demaray getting her 8th kill? Kind of, and she's hitting 429, so just good efficiency.
Good receive this time. Shelton, power.
Yeah, you called it, Plank. That was a huge pass by Jasmine Ellison on Jordan Iliff with that topspin serve. It's a hard ball to receive, and she put that ball right on the money.
Outside Iliff, back row attack. Thompson somehow made the play. A hustle, just out of the reach. Thompson stumbled a bit, or she might have been able to get a fist, a fingertip, a fingernail on it.
Yeah, and I don't even think Thompson in that first dig, she didn't even realize she got it. I don't think, she was just kind of surprised.
There's a better dig by Thompson. Little slide. Fiffner gets the kill as she beats the double block. Michael Vernon in there with Finney for Missouri. Missouri takes, this lead is cut to 2, 6-4. And Keem Hall will serve here for the Oklahoma Sooners. They're down 2-1.
I think Oklahoma, well, part of their adjustment in the offseason and recruiting-wise and just having more versatility offensively.
There's a triple block. Vernon again. Good dig by Thompson. They feed Geisberger wide. She's been just a little bit off today.
Yeah, and Peyton Chamberlain now has just more options.
Yeah.
She has more options, and that's why they're doing so well this season, a lot better, because offensively they're scoring points, getting a lot of players involved offensively.
Ooh, look out. Kayla Keemaha almost went out into the scorer's table. The replay booth, Missouri Tiger media crew, they were all looking for a cover. As Missouri has doubled up the Sooners, it's 8-4. There's Geisberger again, just wide, and a little bit off time on the timing of the pass too there.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a set play and serve receive. So we talk about timing and serve receive. Peyton Chamberlain's giving the hitters an actual play call and telling them what to run. When you're in a transition situation in defense, it's a lot more audible. Sometimes you'll have some set defensive plays or on a free ball, but a lot of times it's just audible. So the conversation between the player and the setter is huge.
Wow, that ball's still alive somehow. This is one heck of a rally. Vernon is going to end it for the Tigers. What a start to this fourth set for Missouri.
And what about Maya Sands having some huge digs in that rally to keep the ball alive for the Missouri Tigers?
Aaron Mansfield is going to try to regroup and get his squad headed in the right direction. It's been a tough couple sets for the Sooners. They're in trouble here in the fourth. Well, they're trying to get the party started here in Norman. Missouri Tigers have spoiled it a little bit for the hometown fans. That is what the Sooners needed. Lydia Martin with the big sweep. Martin, only her fourth kill of this match so far. Big smile on her face.
Yeah, she's been such a huge addition to Oklahoma last year. Offensively and defensively, she puts up some huge blocks.
Crown over. Good block in the net by Martin. They'll try it again. That's Haith and Crown over have been amazing.
Yeah, that connection is just unreal, but I really like that first touch by Lydia Martin, right? Even though the ball didn't go down, it wasn't just a stuff block, but she gave an opportunity for Oklahoma to reset. Unfortunately for them, it didn't go that way, but I really like that touch.
Peyton Chamberlain's going to set up Martin. Wow, that had a little bit of attitude, a little bit of frustration. Martin put a lot on that as she hammers it home.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the power. And you can see Vernon didn't make the adjustment over a little bit more. And that just gave the angle for Lydia Martin to put the ball away.
There's a block of the net by Martin. Is that one still alive? No, it is not. Point Sooners.
Yeah, what about these plays by Lydia Martin? When she's on the front row, she only plays front row for the Sooners in the middle position. 3 rotations. Don't have a lot of opportunity. And when you do, you got to take it.
Ellison trying to get a run going here for the Sooners to force a fifth and decisive set. Crown over. Boy, did that stay in? No, it went wide.
And sometimes, Plank, even though you don't touch a ball when you're blocking, you're forcing that hitter to have a different look and forcing them to go out of bounds.
Yeah, and they're going to challenge this. Dawn Sullivan thought about it for a moment.
Looks like with the challenge, we'll get the official word of what they're challenging, but I think it's going to be a touch off the block.
They're letting everyone know before they let us know. Here we go.
Original decision was ball out, point Oklahoma. Missouri is challenging a touch on the play.
You could do that if you want, you know. Pretty good at that.
Yeah, thanks.
We get a chance to look at it. Well, and Don Sullivan thought about it for a moment. Aaron Mansfield was kind of looking down at the Missouri bench. And he was waiting.
Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity. I didn't notice it live, so maybe we'll get a good look at it here. But if anything, you can see Oklahoma creating this momentum, right?
Yeah.
Point at a time, and so good job by Dawn Sullivan to just kind of slow it down.
Yeah, if anything, she's been solid on her. Here we go.
After review of the call is confirmed. The ball was out. Missouri will lose their challenge.
Yeah. I just don't think there was enough evidence to overturn the original call.
So OU will continue with a little bit of momentum, but as you brought up, a brilliant idea by Don Sullivan to go out there and say, let's slow this thing down.
Yeah, you can see kind of life coming from Oklahoma in this fourth set. Missouri definitely doesn't want to go 5 with Oklahoma here at home.
Again, the serve from Ellison. Oh, Missouri gets called for a rotation violation. I got to be honest with you, I've never seen that called.
It's rare. And it was between Iliff and Haith, that Iliff was just to the right of Haith. Right now, Jordan Iliff is in the left front in rotations. This is the trickiest part about our sport, is the rotations and how you have to set up a serve receive.
Vernon was a little out of sorts, a little out of system, if you will, and still gets that to go home.
Yeah, I mean, the timing was completely off. She went in for a quick attack, and the Crownover kind of hung it up for her. But because she's such a dynamic athlete, she can do something with it.
12-9 Tigers. Ooh, Lydia Martin's got something. She got a little juice here in this fourth set.
I mean, that's a double quick. So that was a serve receive plan. Let's take a look at it again. You can see Kelsey Carrington coming in for a quick attack as well as Lydia Martin, and you can see the blockers. They had no idea what was happening. and so in those quick attacks, those quick routes, and so that threw the blockers right off.
They'll go outside, wide.
Woo.
Point for the Sooners. Demarais just missed that wide.
I mean, those are the balls that you just hope and pray that that ball is out, because it's so close that you really should be playing defense, right? And you just hope and pray that because you didn't move your feet, that that ball's going out of bounds.
Tough set. Demarais gets it over. Sooners can't do anything with it. Kind of a look of frustration and a half smile from Martin.
And just another heads-up play by Demarais. Again, triple block, left front for Oklahoma. When you bring that left front player over to block, it leaves so much court space to cover. And so just a huge heads-up play with that tip.
Whew. Fiffner barely got that in our follow-through. The block is wide with Shelton.
And what about Kaylin Rush for the Tigers? She's been instrumental, I would say, playing for, coming on off the bench and coming in and serving and then playing some big D. I just jinxed it right there. I just threw it out there and that happens. But I really think she's done a wonderful job in that last play. That dig that she had was right on the money for Crownover to run the offense to Iliff.
Rush's dad, of course, a Missouri basketball legend, Kareem Rush, former Laker. 14-12. Quick set at the net. Oh, just perfectly placed. Finney is not had a lot of opportunities here today.
Not a lot of opportunities, but what do you do when you have the opportunity and you score? 6 kills for her, 455. So she's just taking care of business.
That's what you do with that ball. You taught us that earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Jordan Iliff creates so many opportunities for Missouri offensively on the front line for those overpasses. We've seen it all afternoon here. And there again, Marina Crownover on the last point of the third set was kind of iffy on the challenge if that ball was in or out. And she made sure this time around that ball was way in.
Good dig on the back row by Ellison. Shelton tipped it, not a ton. Vernon. Demarais tried to find the open spot. Thompson with the sliding dig. Battle at the net. Crownover is going to feed Demarais, and too much.
Good defense by the Sooners, keeping that ball alive. And what play was huge in that hustle play was Sydney Thompson recognizing again with that triple block, left front wide open, and she kind of steps in for that roll shot.
Shelton will serve here for the Sooners. Down 2-1, down 3 here in this fourth set. Missouri looking to sweep their road trip. 16-14.
And good block. Again, you got to slow down Jordan Iliff. 20 kills so far in this match. You got to slow her down. And the block did just that. Between Geisberger and Fiffner.
Crownover is going to set up Demarais. Sooners keep it alive. Boy, Geisberger's had a tough set. Hit that one right into the net.
Yeah, and that's a tough ball. So in that play, Hannah Fiffner, she didn't go and block. And if you don't go and block, you got to go do something. And she did the right thing. She went and played defense, got the tip. So in this set plank, a little adjustment Oklahoma's made is Carrie Geisberger. She's in the outside position. We haven't seen Camille Gibson in. So Geisberger is playing in the outside slot for the Sooners. And then Kelsey Carrington is in the opposite slot. And so that's the adjustment that they've made in this set. Carrie Geisberger, for Loyola Marymount, she played outside. So really, the adjustment she's made this season is being as a right side attacker. So she's back in her comfort zone on the outside.
Kalakima Hall will serve here. Vernon, big swing. Did that stay in? No, just wide down the line. Colin Irons jumps off that Missouri Tiger bench and tells Dawn Sullivan he thought it was in.
Yeah, I thought that ball was in. I'm honestly surprised that ball was called out. So here we go. We're getting another challenge. I believe this is head coach Dawn Sullivan's second challenge. If she gets it correct, then she keeps the challenge.
Original decision was ball out, point Oklahoma. Missouri is challenging the ball in.
Yeah, I thought from our vantage point it was in as well.
And it's kind of nice. The court here at McCaslin kind of gives that look. The colors really help. So let's get a look. Vernon hits down the line, that deep corner.
It's the smallest.
It is.
After review of the call, the ball was in, point Missouri. They will retain their challenge.
And we have this fight about replay a lot. I mean, that's like the point of a toe being out of bounds in a sport like football, or it was the slightest and slimmest of margin.
And the bench, that's a point for the bench for Missouri Tigers. I mean, look, head coach Dawn Sullivan's giving them high five, saying, good job, girls.
They sold it.
Yeah.
They sold it. Colin Irons jumped up. He's been handling a lot of the in-game conversations in the huddle. And again, I'm not sure if that's all season long or if they have different coaches that have done it, but he's been the guy on the bench kind of running the huddles, and he jumped up right away and said, they want you to challenge it, and she did. 18-15, big swing there. Geisberger. It's been a struggle for her this set, man. 19-15 Missouri. Feel like that took a lot of the energy.
Yeah, and Alexis Shelton, right? Look for her to get the ball right now in the back row.
They'll go to Martin, and boy, if if Iliff doesn't play that might have gone wide.
Yeah.
But the Sooners will take it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lydia Martin just doing her job, and credit to the passers for Oklahoma, putting in a perfect pass so you can run your quick attacks, your middles.
Chamberlain. Crown over to Vernon. Good tip of the net. Carrington was there, but they're unable to beat that big power from Vernon.
Yeah, that's a tough ball because Carrington did her job. She slowed down Vernon on the outside. Great. But then you want to convert with that ball.
We haven't talked enough, I think, about Miranda Crown over the job she's done bouncing back off her serve. Geisberger blocked at the net. Carrington will go back to her. Crown over with the dig. Boy, Vernon with the set. What do we got going on here? Point Sooners. It's just in the middle of it, the up referee's like, yeah, Oklahoma's point. Looked like maybe a Missouri player got in the net.
And, well, actually, I think what they called was 4 contacts.
4 contacts,
so
okay.
When Lydia Martin went up to block, they're saying that she didn't touch the ball. So
Gotcha.
Then that's a dead ball. So, and Missouri's not, challenging that call.
2017. This has been the best set of this match so far.
But it's go time for Oklahoma. They got to go now.
Big in the middle. Oh, that timing between Reagan Haith and Crownover is something else. 9 for 14 on kill opportunities, total attack so far for Reagan Haith.
Yeah, and it's so hard to defend. You can tell because it's so fast.
Ooh, everything's just been a little bit off time for the Sooners. It had been quiet. It had been quiet until now. Jordan Iliff, she wants that post-game interview.
I mean, in my mind, she's got it already. I mean, the adjustment she makes to go down the line, and she puts it right in the perfect spot. It's so hard to defend that ball.
Where's Chamberlain going to go? Lydia Martin, what a set she's having. 8th kill of the match for Lydia Martin. Sooners staying alive. And we'll get a chance for the first time since early in this match to see Ireland McNeese serve here. They'll go back row. Wow, she just been so good. But that sounded like it hit off the hand. They're going to say it did not. Wide. Sooners stay alive, 22-19.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, it's go time. We're in crunch time situation. Oklahoma has to play some clean volleyball right here and score some points.
Oh, and a rarity in this match for the Sooners. Just their third service error.
And Oklahoma really this week has made a huge effort from the service line. And against Alabama, they were great. They've been doing pretty well tonight with the serving.
Chamberlain's going to feed Shelton. There you go, 23-20. Alexis Shelton has 15 kills, leads the Sooners.
Yeah, and can Missouri put a stop on Alexis Shelton right now? More than likely, that's who Peyton Chamberlain's going to target.
Sydney Thompson has been money tonight. Vernon, tough receive. That's not going to get over the net. We got ourselves a game here. We got ourselves a set. We got ourselves a match. 23-21, Sooners staying alive.
And Jordan Iliff was just trying to go for that roll shot, going to do position 2, which is in right front corner of the court. She was trying to, and it just went a little too short, just kind of misjudged it, elbow down a little bit, too low.
Well, this is crunch time.
Yeah.
This is where the big-time players make big-time plays, and you said it, Peyton Chamberlain, she's going to try to feed Alexis Shelton, and on the other side, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see Crownover feed the 2 stars for Missouri. It's been Iliff here tonight. She has been outstanding for the Missouri Tigers. 21 kills on 43 attacks. And Michael Vernon, while it's not a career high, she had 37 last time out. She's at 13 kills right now. And it's wild because the timing of when Reagan Haith has stepped up to make a play, or Colleen Finney, it's almost as if it's exactly when Missouri needs it.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a fun final few points here. Sooners will go with Shelton, Chamberlain, Pfiffner, Kemaha, and Jasmine Ellison. Missouri's got Maya Sands, Vernon, DeMarais, Crownover, Colin Finney, and Jordan Iliff.
So the good thing, Plank, is you practice this every day in the gym. This certain scenario, this situation, being down 2 in crunch time and having to finish and put up a huge defensive stop. So right now for the Sooners, they need to block, and probably the ball is going to Iliff. So you want to put a huge stop on her.
Good dig by Kemaha. They'll set up. The outside is Shelton. A little touch. 23-22.
Yeah, and that's a tough ball for Crownover. I mean, she read it. She saw it. And you can see she kind of just fell too early and just misread it, and so caught it high on your platform.
Well, Sydney Thompson has been good for the Sooners serving. What a block in the net by Pfiffner. We're tied.
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
Yeah, I mean, again, you practice this all the time in the gym. You're confident. You keep your poise, and you go after it, and you put up a defensive stop. And I think Hannah Pfiffner did that in that play with Finney, right, to create that play. That was just miscommunication, I would say. 2-point game, you got to win by 2. So a huge opportunity right now for the Sooners to kind of continue. They got to win this set. It's a must-win set for them.
Well, and you hit it, maybe just a quick reset for those of you that don't get to follow volleyball, and you're either a diehard Tiger fan or Sooner fan or an SEC fan or a volleyball fan that's not entrenched in the game. You got to win by 2 to 25, and then if we are forced to 5th set, we'll play to 15 where you have to win by 2 as well.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, Oklahoma looked lost. They looked defeated. They looked done. And suddenly, Alexis Shelton got going. Peyton Chamberlain got going. Their defense stepped up. Kemaha with some big digs. Sydney Thompson with a big serve.
So what's the play here, Plank? The play is, right now, she went to Finney twice. Crown over in this rotation on serve receive. She went to Finney twice. You've got DeMarais on the outside, but you've got Iliff. And so for the Sooners right now, they've got to be prepared at any moment for Jordan Iliff to get the ball and for her to get the side out, to get the set point, to get match point.
And if you're Oklahoma,
it's just putting up a stop right now. You want to get a block and to get set point.
Crownover is going to go right side. Why not?
Yeah.
Far side, hammered home. Iliff has been on a real match point, Missouri.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They're going to go to Jordan Iliff. She's been the hot hand tonight. 21 kills, hitting 250.
No setter on the court for Missouri.
No setter on the court, going for more defense. So now we got a timeout, but Aaron Mansfield dial up a little bit of a play. We'll see if we get a kind of a setter switch. So Marina Crownover for Missouri, maybe a little bit on the shorter side. She still puts up a good block, but then when you have a player that can come in and put a bigger block, that's an opportunity to make a defensive stop. The problem with that is you don't have your setter on the court. So then who's setting it? More than likely, Maya Sands will step in and set that ball, the libero.
She's capable. She's capable, but Aaron Mansfield, seeing it, takes the timeout one final time to hammer home.
Yeah, an opportunity to ice the server, right? You know, just kind of dial up a play, work on offensively what they're going to do. And then right now, of course, you got to start with the serve. You got to get your serve in. You got to serve it aggressive, but you got to get it in. And you know what? I think it's Jordan Iliff going back to serve.
It is.
So Jordan Iliff going back to serve. She's been successful. She's also missed some balls. So it'd be real interesting to kind of see her approach with this ball for match. Does she go for it? Does she take some off a little bit? Make sure that ball goes over and in.
Sydney Thompson, back row with Kima Hall.
But this is a good situation for Jordan Iliff.
Mm-hmm.
You want your senior.
Yep.
That's what she's done. She has the experience to be in this moment, and she can create the overpass or get an ace right here and finish it.
Right away, Maya Sands went back before Iliff served, pointed to her, said, "I got you." Uh-oh. They're going to sub in Dudley here. First time we've seen Sierra Dudley the entire match.
So she's the setter. So now we got a setter on the board. So head coach John Sullivan's going a little bit more defensive-minded with the block, but get your setter out there, get a serve, and just get it over and in, create some plays.
Shelton, big swing. Will play past 25. Alexis Shelton keeps the Sooners alive.
And we'll get the double sub for Missouri. Iliff back in, and then Crownover back in.
And Shelton will serve for Oklahoma. 24 all. High-fiving as she went to the bench was Jasmine Ellison. She almost ran into Alexis Shelton getting ready to serve.
I really think she was getting ready to give her a high five.
Good dig by Thompson. It's been a tough set, but a battle at the net. Oh, won by Crownover.
Wow.
And she is fired up.
Are you kidding me? Plank
No,
Maya.
they're going to say she was in the net. Watch this.
Maya Sands with that dig. That's what I was saying. The play of the game. Oh, it looks which would be point for Missouri.
And that was the original thought. And then they didn't call. They just said it was out. Let's try to sort this out. Here we go.
The original decision is ball out of bounds, point Oklahoma. Missouri is challenging a touch on the play.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I mean, this is Missouri's point. This is.
Yeah. So they gave it to Oklahoma, saying that, I guess, that it was out on Crownover. So let's look at it again. So they're saying right here that Crownover sends it over. Maya Sands gets the dig, huge dig.
Line judges and our up referee. But as somebody who has officiated a lot of youth volleyball matches back in my day, Coach.
Let's go.
Yeah. I can tell you it's not the easiest job
No,
in the
it's
world.
not. No, I mean, you know, that's part of the challenge system because, you know, there's going to be errors made. And in crunch time, that could decide a match. You want to get the right call.
It's a big-time difference maker here. This is the difference between a potential set point for OU or a match point for Missouri.
Yeah.
Here we go.
After review of the call is confirmed. Oklahoma has the ball. Ball is out. Mizzou loses their challenge.
Unbelievable. How about that?
So it could be that they were looking at the play
And saw the net.
and saw the net.
How about that? Geisberger had battled with Crownover, who can't believe it.
Yeah, that's a tough call. But right now, if you're Missouri, you got to let it go. You got to regroup. You don't want to go 5. So right now, it's a huge side-out opportunity for them.
Crownover chases it down. Free ball for Oklahoma. Chamberlain to Geisberger. Dug out. Whoa, what do we got? Point OU! We're going to play a 5th set.
Yeah, I mean, there's no challenges available for Dawn Sullivan, so she can't even challenge that call.
Wow. How did we get here in a match that looked to be so heavily tilted in Missouri's favor? After winning 25-18 and 25-13, Oklahoma rallies to force a 5th set, which is next on the SEC Network.
We now return to our interview with the insurance whistleblower.
I just think everyone should know there's an insurance company out there exposing other companies' rates so you can compare them and save.
Sounds like trouble.
They're 2-2. 4th for Missouri. They're 2-1. Here we go. Huge RPI ramifications. Outside, why not? Oh, Carrington keeps that alive. Shelton's just going to hit it over. Crownover going to go outside again, and that's been the winning combination. Iliff with a big swing, and Missouri strikes first.
Yeah, absolutely. Jordan Iliff getting 2 opportunities in that rally, and then the second opportunity scoring.
25-19. OU won the first set, and they won the 4th set, 26-24. Shelton evens it up.
Yeah,
Missouri won the 2nd and 3rd sets, 25-18 and 25-13.
I mean, when they connect Peyton Chamberlain and Alexis Shelton, it's scary. The ball is set so fast to the pin. It is, you could tell Missouri didn't have an answer for that, for the block or even behind the block.
Quick set at the net, piece of it for the Sooners. Chamberlain's going to go quick to Pfiffner. She might have got in the net, point Missouri.
Yeah, I think the timing was a little off between Chamberlain and Pfiffner.
What's the challenge like for them? Because Pfiffner hasn't played a lot, but they work a lot in practice, though.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's why I've been so impressed that she has done a phenomenal job.
9th service error for Missouri. And we're talking about Pfiffner and the timing between her and Peyton Chamberlain, because we haven't seen Pfiffner hardly at all until the injury that's taken KJ Burgess out for a minute.
Yeah, and Hannah Pfiffner, she's a sophomore. So that was just kind of maybe a little bit not as much experience on that play. The set was a little low.
Shelton chases it down. Battle at the net will be won by Finney. Oh, the Finney got in the net.
Yeah, just a mistake.
Wow.
That overpass, I mean, it happens. It's hard. You want to hit it hard. You want to crank it. And look right here on the overpass with Shelton. And she goes for it. But then when her follow through, she followed through with her hand and it got the tape.
What a dig to try to keep it alive by Ellison. Shelton will put a little bit of juice on it. It worked. How? 4-2 Oklahoma.
And those are the hustle plays. Plank, that makes the difference with defense. And just grabbing those hustle balls, going after it, keeping that ball alive, and then allowing Alexis Shelton to do what she does best and just be aggressive at the net.
Ace. Michael Vernon has struggled. The Sooners have targeted her all match long in serve receive. Sydney Thompson with the ace.
Yeah, she did it on Wednesday, Plank. She put a lot of pressure on Alabama from the service line, and again, doing it here in this 5th set.
Better serve receive for Missouri there. They'll go cross court, and you find the veteran when you need it most. And Demaray did it there. Demaray with a kill.
Yeah, she's, you know, she takes care of business with the ball, getting her 10th kill.
Iliff, boy, she serves so strong. Shelton just able to poke it over. Crown over is going to set up Demaray, and oh, that just gets over the net. 5-4, Missouri has cut it to 1, the Sooners lead.
Yeah, that's all Demaray there. Getting the dig in the right position by Alexis Shelton. She tipped it right to her. So she got the dig, and then she transitioned quick to be able to go and swing.
That swing on the serve is so incredible. Pfiffner, good dig that time by Vernon. Pushed it over. Chamberlain's gonna feed Shelton. Boy, what a dig by Sands. 8 up, Pfiffner at the net, unfortunately. Couldn't do anything with it, called for the lift. We're knotted at 5.
And, I mean, this is why we see Missouri, the 30 RPI. They just do a phenomenal job of taking care of the ball, and I think Maya Sands was a huge component of that. The 2023 SEC Libero of the Year.
Shelton, swing personified. 6-5, the Sooners take the lead. Shelton with her 20th kill of the match.
What about Alexis Shelton? She's been so phenomenal this afternoon, just taking it to a whole nother level.
Missouri will feed Iliff. Why not? Too much. Too much. 7-5 Sooners.
And I honestly thought that there possibly could have been a touch off that block, but I guess I was the only one that saw that.
Each team gets a couple timeouts in the overtime, or excuse me, in the 5th set, which feels like overtime with the way this match has gone. As Shelton serves that right into the net.
And each coach gets an extra challenge.
That's right. We haven't seen Kiarlis Perez-Catala as much as maybe we thought we might. She's in to serve here for Missouri. Thompson, beautiful pass. Pfiffner, where did you come from, kid?
I mean, just a smart play, because honestly, Plank, that set was really tight to the net. If she would have swung at it 100%, it's an opportunity to get blocked, and I think she did a smart job just going high off hands and pushing the ball deep. Look at that again, and just going off Vernon's hands.
Not anything extra powerful, not a ton of velocity, just getting it done.
And sometimes, as you know, a kill is a kill. No matter how it touches the floor, it doesn't have to be pretty, doesn't have to be hard. You know, you just got to be smart, and she was smart with that ball.
The Missouri Tigers are one of the best teams in the SEC, but it's been a little bit of a different story for them whenever they've been home and they've been on the road. Undefeated in Columbia. They're 4-3. They just jumped over 500 with a Friday night win over Arkansas. The Sooners took the first set. 25-19, pardon me. They did not ever update the official score inside the arena. There was some confusion where the Sooners thought they had won, and they actually called the ball in. Of course, Vernon, but what a dig by the Sooners to keep it alive. Vernon one more time, tipped at the net. Great opportunity here. Chamberlain's going to feed. And this, an opportunity for Geisberger. Will she get it again? No, it'll be Martin. Lydia Martin.
And that's one of those opportunities at times it doesn't matter how you score, you just do it. And with the tip right there, it wasn't super pretty, but Lydia Martin finds the court and separate by 3 points from the Missouri Tigers.
Timeout call. Aaron Mansfield, he's so good.
Yeah, and you see Michael Vernon turns right to Marina Crownover and says, that was an awesome set, right? Keep feeding me the ball. Keep giving me the ball.
55 now assists for Crownover. Good dig by Thompson. Geisberger. Good dig by Iliff. Went down to get it. Little over ball. The Sooners have something to work with here. Missed time, though, to Geisberger. Will it get over? No. That timing just has been a little bit off here and there between Geisberger and Chamberlain.
And you see the adjustment in the fourth set, putting her on in the outside slot. She's been in as the opposite hitter on the right side slot. And so it's just an adjustment that she's having to make. The set comes a little different. When she's in left front and serve receive, she stays and she hits outside for that one rotation. But all the other balls she's been hitting from the right side of the court. So in that fourth set, they made that adjustment. It's just a different look, and I think that's kind of creating some of the issues.
And how challenging can that be when you have an adjustment like that?
It is because Peyton Chamberlain is used to running certain balls with Camille Gibson on the outside as kind of the outlet, if you will. So most of the balls out of system go to the outside hitter. And so right now, Geisberger's having to take on a lot more offensive load for the Sooners.
We mentioned both these teams have had a couple of 5-set matches so far this season. Oklahoma in its 5th. They beat Georgia. They came from behind. They were down 2-0 in that match to rally to get the win. The Sooners are 2-2. This is their 5th. Missouri is 2-1. Good pass. Gibson gets the opportunity, a little bit out of sorts. Outside. Oh, what a dig by Shelton. High set. Gibson pushes it over. Crown over. Dig by Thompson. Oh, just out of the reach of Shelton. We are knotted up at 9. First to 15. Got to win by 2.
And you can see Gibson right now just a little tentative on those high balls, those out-of-system balls. She's not ripping them
see it
right
in her
now.
Face. You can see it in her face
so
right now.
So she's keeping that ball alive. Well, right now you want to score points and you want to put the ball away.
They'll feed at the net. Lydia Martin. Sooners take the lead.
Yeah, and that all starts with the pass. It's a perfect pass.
Carrington is part of the rotation for the Sooners.
But you can see a perfect pass, and then that allows Lydia Martin to do her job.
Back to, she has 46 assists in this match. Quick at the net, beautiful. I mean, that timing between Haith and Crownover is something else.
And that all started with the pass by Carolise Perez-Catala. She put that ball right on the money. Crownover could set whoever she wanted, and she chose Haith.
Gibson blocked to the net. Good dig out by Shelton. They'll go to the middle to Martin. Oh, what a dig by Sands. Outside, Vernon has to touch it over. Kemahaw sets up Gibson. Too much. Missouri takes its first lead.
Yeah, and I think we're going to get a challenge that there was a touch on the block off of Camille Gibson's hit, and it's a smart opportunity to use that challenge, I think.
Original call was ball out, point Missouri. Oklahoma is challenging a touch on the play.
All right, let's watch it cook here with the replays that we get. It didn't appear as if there was a touch to thine live eye.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Aaron Mansfield was happy with whatever Peyton Chamberlain just told him. Here we go.
Yeah, I think that's so high over the block.
Yeah. Don't think so.
And you're
got a little extra volleyball than maybe we expected about midway through the 3rd set.
Yeah.
We may have been planning our post-game interview a little bit too early. I'll take the blame for that.
Well, I just think, I mean, these teams have just been really battling it out recently. And, I mean, going into a 5th set was not unexpected because these teams are pretty even. A lot of players that can score points. Also, on the flip side of the offense, both teams are very good defensively. OU a little bit better at the block, but then I would say Missouri behind the block. They dig a lot of balls, and that all starts with the libero and Maya Sands. Again, she sits first and digs per set in the SEC, and SEC games only. She's over 5 digs per set.
Well, Missouri, you maybe worry if this is taking a little bit longer on this replay, this review.
Yeah,
but there was nothing to our eyes that made us believe this would be overturned. This match pushes towards the 2.5-hour mark. There's Maya Sands, who Coach was just talking about, Libero of the Year. 16 digs so far.
And position out of
After
it.
review of the play, call was confirmed, ball was out. Oklahoma will lose a challenge.
Sands, by the way, UNLV in 2022 won the Mountain West out of Rock Falls, Illinois. Transferred to Missouri with her head coach at UNLV, Dawn Sullivan, when she left to take the job.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Challenge is lost for Oklahoma. Though more than anything, an opportunity to regroup for the Sooners.
Look for Kari Geisberger. She's back in the lineup in that outside slot.
She'll have an opportunity here, tipped at the net. They'll go outside. Vernon blocked at the net, then tipped back over by Geisberger. Vernon one more time, dug out by Chamberlain, excuse me. Then dumped in by Geisberger. There you go. By any means.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just a heads-up play by Kari Geisberger. Huge net play for her on the net. There's 2 balls that she kept alive and sent them down, and that second one was able to get the kill.
11 all. Here's Ellison, Jasmine Ellison. Hush over McCaslin. Outside Iliff. Sooners gonna have a chance here. Kemaha is gonna set up the big swing from Shelton. What a block by Iliff.
Yeah, just a huge stop by Missouri defense. We talked about maybe, blocking-wise, kind of low numbers so far for the match. But this is a huge momentum shift right here for Missouri between Iliff and Haith.
Chamberlain's going to set up the big swing from Shelton. The Sooners stay alive. The Sooners stay alive.
And what about Alexis Shelton? No problem. I got blocked. Give me the ball again. I'm going to put it away again. I mentioned it. That's what Peyton Chamberlain does. Really good job on keeping our hitters involved. If you made an error, I'm going to get that ball right back to you, give you another opportunity.
12 all. Outside Iliff. Long. No. Caught the back. Does OU have a challenge? Still they do.
Yeah.
Right away, Aaron Mansfield was on top of it. He's going to say it was out. That was the corner where Aaron Mansfield was standing, the Sooner head coach. Him and his assistant, Brian Thornton, were standing right there and immediately turned.
Yeah. I think I thought it was out as well. So
the original call was in, point Missouri. Oklahoma is challenging that the ball is out.
And what I was going to mention earlier, Plank, is who's been quiet this set, and that's been Jordan Iliff.
Yep.
And at the end of here's the look. And Iliff with the swing. She had Iliff at the end, in between set 4 and set 5, she had 22 kills. And right now she's 24. So only 2. Oh, look at that view. There we go.
That's out.
That's a beauty. Yeah, so we should have this call reversed.
When you hear about what the replay official is looking at.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are the exact angles.
And with this Hawkeye, we just have, there's so many different views, which is great to make sure you get the right call. So you could see all the views that we saw earlier. It wasn't until that last look that was definitive that ball was out, for sure.
Here we go.
After review of the call, the ball is out, point Oklahoma. They will retain their challenge.
There you go, point OU. This place will erupt whenever they hear the call overturned.
But Jordan Iliff, right? They want to get her, they need to get her going right now. I mean, that's a huge review. That's a huge challenge call, right, Plank?
Absolutely.
Because if you didn't have the challenge, that's switching the score with Missouri having 13 points and Oklahoma being down 13-12. That's a huge momentum shift right now.
Alan McNeese back to serve again. Oh, a service error at the worst time for Oklahoma. 5th service error of the match. We are knotted up at lucky number 13. Martin back in with Kima Hall.
It really comes down to this play. You know, to get to set point right now really matters. We have Kaylin Rush coming off the bench. She's missed a serve coming off the bench, but can she put a good serve in? And then can Missouri, that looked like it was going out.
Quick set at the net. Oh, what a job. Oh. They're gonna, well, OU has a challenge. It looked like a Missouri point.
You can't challenge this one.
You can't, can you?
And so it's called a lift. And it's very important this year. And what the refs are paying attention to is not throwing the ball, if you will. And so anytime that you kind of extend your hand on the ball for a long period of time, more than likely you're going to get that lift call, and that's what the ref called. I think he got it right. But it's a tough call. Now that's a judgment call. So just watch her hand and how it kind of, she holds on to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know.
And you see the thrill of one side and the frustration of the other flip in the instance of an official's call. And it took the fans here at McCaslin Fieldhouse a while to figure out what was going on, because they were celebrating, thinking the Sooners had match point.
Yeah, and let's watch Kaylin Rush now. I think her serve plank was going out of bounds, honestly. But Jasmine Ellison just, went ahead and played it. I mean, it was a close one. So this serve is huge right now. And you got Alexis Shelton, you got Hannah Pfiffner, you got Kelsey Carrington. More than likely, the ball is going to Alexis Shelton. Can Iliff and Finney put up a huge block on her?
Outside blocked, Shelton again. Good dig, good dig. Outside Iliff, what a dig by Chamberlain to keep it alive. Shelton one more time, the Sooners stay alive. Alexis Shelton just never stopped swinging.
I mean, this team has made so much growth. And this is a big time play, Plank.
Wow.
In crunch time with a match on the line, and you're aggressive and you go for it, let's go.
Celebration from Jasmine Ellison, Sydney Thompson in to serve. Outside Iliff, dug out by Thompson. Chamberlain to Shelton, blocked at the net. Iliff was there. Match point, Missouri.
I mean, this match has not disappointed, Plank. Back and forth we go. And Jordan Iliff, a little quiet in this 5th set. She's had 2 huge net play blocks at the end of this set and into this match. Now, this is the serve, right? We talked about this in the 4th set. What does she do here? She foot faults.
She stepped on the line. Wow, what a mistake. The 10th service error by Missouri, and it wasn't even close.
Look at it again. You can see if your foot touches any of that white line, that's a foot fault for sure enough. We saw it right away. Good call.
At the net, outside. Wow. I mean, my goodness. DeMarais, pure power. Missouri match point again.
Yeah, DeMarais. I mean, the opportunities that she's taken, what has she done with it? She's really gone for it today. 12th kill, 13th kill, hitting 375. We got another match point here.
Perez Catala, that left-handed serve. Beautiful receive by Thompson. Outside, Geisberger. There you go, kid. There you go, kid. It has been a frustrating match for Kari Geisberger, but in the big moment, she gets the Sooners the serve back.
Yeah, and that's what the experience that she has, right? She's a graduate. This is her 5th year. And just going high off hands, just simple, super simple, taking care of the ball.
Kima Hall. Right at the net. Big tip. What a play by Sydney Thompson.
Oh.
Back, Adam Hammer, Michael Vernon. Wow.
No doubt about it. Michael Vernon, she's going to go for that big-time kill. She gets it. She doesn't get it the first time. She gets the overpass from Sydney Thompson. She puts the ball away. Okay, can they convert now, Missouri, to finish it?
Thompson again has been excellent outside Shelton. The Sooners are staying alive. Staying alive.
I mean, that's tough. You got Alexis Shelton in the back row. She's an offensive weapon. Look at it again. The D-ball. She had no block, Plank. No block at all. She went for it. And Dawn saw extra time to regroup and take a breath.
All right, what's the game plan here? Sooners have the serve. Which way are you going?
Sooners have the serve. So what is their identity? Their identity is defense. So you get your serve in, and you put up a huge block on Michael Vernon. Right now, you take care of business and let your defense do the job.
We're watching in the Missouri huddle right now. Well, from our broadcast position, we were looking down in the Missouri huddle. You saw inside Aaron Mansfield's huddle. And it's Dawn Sullivan who is coaching away. You see the belief in the eyes of Iliff. She's had one heck of a night. 23 kills. Michael Vernon's last big swing was her 16th kill of this match. That means this is her 5th straight match of 14 or more kills. And we are knotted up at 17.
Earlier in the season, Plank, when Oklahoma started SEC play, they lost to Florida 15-13 in the 5th. Then again, against Kentucky, they lose in 5 again. Can they make the switch now? Every match, they get better and better, gain more confidence. Can they finish it right here?
Peyton Chamberlain on the serve. Outside Vernon. What a dig by Kemaha. Chamberlain chases it down. Geisberger towards that back row. Outside again, Vernon. What a dig by Shelton. Kemaha. Geisberger again. A beautiful play. Missouri stays alive. Vernon blocked at the net, but she's too much.
Perez Catala, huge dig. She threw her hands up to keep that ball alive. It went off the block. She had to play it. Otherwise, that would have been a point for Oklahoma. She really had to extend her defense and then hustle by Crownover. And then that's such an out-of-system ball for Vernon.
Crownover to serve. Geisberger. Ball game. What a gutty road win for the Missouri Tigers.
Wow.
And the Sooners come from nowhere to force a 5th set, but in the end, Missouri was too much.
I mean, what amazing volleyball today, Plank. Both teams played their heart out. Honestly, that comeback from Oklahoma in the 4th set to push this 5th set, and then it goes extra points in the 5th set. Are you kidding me? But credit to Missouri to finish. They finished this set and finished the match.
What a match on a Sunday. The Tigers get the win for head coach Dawn Sullivan, and they sweep their road trip.